Thank you very much, Rishi. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Please join me in welcoming out our players. First out, it is his first time at a WBT event. It's qualifier, Tony Webb. And of course, Tony's up against the 4 times world champion and Commonwealth Games gold medalist 2014. Please welcome Paul Foster, MBE.
Well, don't forget to tweet us your views on the action. Hashtag your tweets BBC Bowls. Robert Paxton, who's had a couple of successful encounters against Paul Foster this week, is in the commentary box this morning alongside David Corkill.
Thank you, Rishi. Rob had a day off, so we thought we'd wheel him in, give him something to do. Good morning, Rob.
Morning, David. Yeah, looking forward to a good game today. Tony played extremely well in his first round win against Simon Skelton. So he's going to be full of confidence going into the game today.
Simon, world number 15, and
26 metres.
Last couple of years he's had a bit of a difficult time on the singles rink, but stepped up in the pairs.
Yeah, definitely played really well in the pairs, Simon. So he was over the moon with a win. Great opening bowl from Tony. That will certainly settle his nerves.
Yeah, I think Tony Webb's a good player, actually. It's the rink playing a little bit heavier this year, and the swings on both sides just a little bit flatter, as we would describe them. And whenever it's running really, really fast, it's a massive advantage for the top players. Well, you've had a day or two off, Robert, but you couldn't have asked for a better tournament. It's been success all the way.
Oh, it's been fantastic, really. Come here, 3 events, and still batting in the singles, and after winning both pairs in 2 absolutely great finals, which the public were treated to on TV through the BBC, which was extremely well watched, I believe. And to get over the line against the pairs we did makes it even better.
So that target of 3 titles is still there. Good end for Tony Webb.
2 rounds. It's an inch past Jack.
Still a draw on for Paul Foster if he wants to play it. And he has. Well, a lot of players have been looking to run those bowls or through the middle, but not Paul Foster.
1 green.
Draws the shot.
Yeah, nice wide drawing bowl Paul's using out there today. So it'll come back from a long way out. So he keeps to his best part of his game, drawing, especially early doors. Just find a good length.
Tony looking down the inside, a difficult shot, as we would say on the portable rink, and ordinary club play and club rinks, that would be a normal shot to play, but 5-6 feet in the portable rink on that backhand, Rob. Ooh.
Only a hand, really. So the tactical change of game here to normal club rink is pretty big, and it's just time and experience on the rink that you need to learn how to play this.
One shot to Paul Foster.
So, steady start, one shot. That's the whole idea. It'll be good for Tony to get on the card early. I think he's a fairly calm sort of character, Tony. I really do. And very likeable chap. He's
6.5 meters.
made a lot of friends here and very easy and relaxed. But please get in touch via Twitter when hashtag BBC Bowls and whiz your questions in. Rob's here. He'll answer as many as he possibly can, if not all. Well, this is the sort of chance that Tony Webb really needs to take advantage of.
Yeah, definitely a game like this. If Paul does give him a bit of room, he's got to find a decent bowl, as Paul won't give you many chances.
One green.
Right. Here's the correction. It was going to happen. It was just a matter of when.
It's 2 inches past jack high.
Great effort from Tony there. Gives him chances with his last bowl, depending on what Paul does.
Absolutely. Better second shot. Paul will just be playing the same sort of ball again. Anything behind the jack to the back red would be good. Right on the outside edge of the mat, Paul Foster, even with the big swinging ball.
He wasn't keen on that from hand.
He wasn't too keen on it, but I tell you what, it's getting there. Oh, it's just a wait. Line was good. Needed a clear road to get past the red.
One green.
A chance for Tony now. Not an easy shot. Trundle one down the forehand. Bowl, and if he gets down to the jack, even better.
It's certainly worth arriving at this. Definitely on inside line. Now, has he got the weight to hold that? Well, again, it's a hard weight that he was playing.
120. One Paul. One shot.
Yeah, just
Paul
too
Foster.
neat, really.
Yeah, I think I might have been a bit more aggressive at that. There was a front plant coming in as well.
Jack length 24.5 metres.
Well, Rob, no one's managed to do the 3 titles so far, but
No.
you're bang on target.
Still a long way to go, really. I think Paul, a couple of years ago, won both pairs and lost to Stewart in the final of the singles. If his last bowler dropped, he'd have done all 3.
Three-quarters of an inch.
But
I remember
it's,
that.
yeah, but I mean, it's to get 2's hard enough. But say it's still a long way to go. Got a huge game tomorrow against David, Mr. Gurley, which certainly won't be easy. And all you got to do is take one game at a time. If you look ahead, then you're just asking for trouble.
Yes, you're absolutely right. And another one, that was from Natalie Fox, and this one's from Ross Forbes. Different bowls on the portable rink, different bowls outdoor for you?
Yeah, I use the same manufacturer bowls, indoors and out, but I just use outdoors a slightly wider drawing bowl compared to the indoor surface. But I still do like a nice drawing bowl on both the indoor and outdoor surfaces. Gives you more of a chance to get round stuff and play a good game.
Very good start for Paul Foster. This is exactly what he's good at, the short jack length, and decorates the jack. Colin Wilson's asking, where are the Northern Ireland players? Well, they're sitting at home, actually. Mark McPeak just lost out to Mark Royal. Mark was the qualifier from Ireland, and he played very well, but just lost out. Very, very close game.
I recall that game. Mark actually played one of the bowls of the tournaments, missing a blocker halfway down the green by Mark Royal on the draw by about 1.5 inches to draw off a front toucher to keep himself in the match.
Good effort, Tony Webb. Very good effort. Got the jack out into the open. That's what he needs to do.
One green.
We'll just say playing safe here, just diving for cover.
Very, very wise, because this really needs to be a running bowl from Tony Webb. Very quick question here. John Fleming's asking how much choice the bowls have, or the bowlers have, with all the manufacturers and what's available. Well, colours, size, weight, grips, manufacturers, different ones. There's a massive choice of bowls on the market now. Now, Tony, use a bit more weight than what you think you need. It's going under again.
One shot to Paul Foster.
It just looks like the right shot to play, doesn't it, Rob?
Yeah, say back on his home carpet, that's the shot you're playing. Just up, give yourself a chance. But say here, you've got to go a lot quicker than you need to, really, on a normal standard carpet.
It's all a learning process, and the thing about Tony Webb is he's only lost 3 singles against Paul Foster in the first 3 ends, and that's good.
Yeah, against the likes of Paul and that, you just got to keep things tight early doors.
23.5 metres.
Keep yourself in the set, build heads. If you go into the last 1 or 2 ends, a couple of shots adrift, there's only going to be one player that's going to be worried out there, and it won't be Tony.
Absolutely.
So Tony's played good level standard bowls the last few years. He's always getting through in nationals and getting through to the latter stages as well. So he's played the top English guys national final, so he's not afraid of anyone out there, and he'll be, say, relishing that out there today.
14 inches.
Playing the world #1.
Well, it's a lovely situation in many ways for Tony Webb, because he is the underdog in this match, and he knows that if he brings his A game, he's going to give Paul problems. But he might have to change his normal style of play, just to shake Paul up, start playing a few runners and get that jack moved away from that 24-metre jack length or 23-metre jack length that Paul loves so much. Good effort, just dropping through. I'm surprised he didn't look at it in the backhand, but there's a chance inside the green ball to pick it up, and Paul will be aware of that. Wouldn't be at all surprised if he just tries to drop past the jack to cover the reds.
Probably turn over from his last.
It's just the one, Paul.
Down the backhand, get round his front bowl. Reds would be absolutely perfect.
Just needed it to run a little bit. Yeah. Well, he's framed the jack. He has got a back ball, so this is a difficult one for Tony. Again, he's being offered the opportunity to play this just over the weight, Rob.
Tony's got to go quick at this. Full drive, gets the jack. There's even chance of getting a red bowl onto Paul's green on the way through and getting rid of that, but jack clean in the ditch to win the end. That's better weight from Tony.
Yep, that's the sort of weight he needs to use. And he's got something, surely. Oh, dear, oh dear. Oh, well, that was cruel.
It's 2 green out.
2 out in a measure for 3, and well, it's a bit of bad luck, wasn't it, Rob? Really, you know, he could have been sitting there with a potential of getting 3.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great effort from Tony. I mean, hardly a gap there and get nothing. He was unlucky. It's like he is dropping a 3.
That's when the scoreline starts to look a whole lot different now. Players standing back and watching carefully to see who gets it.
3 shots to Paul Foster.
Good etiquette to walk away and let the umpire get on with the job. Don't like to see players standing over them. Quite often they would be asked to go back to the back of the rink. Never happens here. Just let them get on with the measure. So, hashtag BBC Bowls. The tweets have been flying in. One from Liam Smith. What age did you start, Rob, and what got you into the game?
Started many a year ago now. Started when I was about 8. Both my parents played, so you're taken along to the club at early age and that, and decided to give it a go one day. A small club in Oakhampton in Devon is where I first started, and then moved to a club in Exeter where I started competitive bowls probably in '95, and from then it's just got bigger and better.
Jack length 28.5 metres.
Well, Paul made a mistake with the jack. Giving Tony the opportunity to put down a 28.5 metre length, and this should help Tony Webb. Both players just using the first bowl as range finders. As David Gurley up the back, I have no doubt we'll get a tweet from him very shortly, asking Robert, what are your tactics going to be for the next match?
Simple. Get him closer than him. And stop his forehand runner if I can.
Exactly. Stop his forehand runner. Yeah. New length, and both players making an adjustment after their first bowl.
One green.
Blocked the running ball, so it wasn't up, but it has value.
1 foot.
Tony's just got to make sure he's up now through the forehand. Punch neither is up. If he gets through the gap, he's got a great chance of getting jackal bolt. He's giving it a chance here.
Oh, he's very close.
Just needs to
Very
run.
close.
Oh, he's unlucky.
I get the impression he's got a lot of local support here.
Yeah, definitely.
One green.
First round game against Simon, the crowd was absolutely fantastic for both players, to be fair to them as well.
It's a foot short
Great
of
bowl
jack
support
high.
as they were that came down. It was great atmosphere. And so if they're here today again and Tony starts finding his form, we'll certainly hear some noise.
Wrong side of it, but that's going to narrow the gap even more, and this is not easy.
One green.
There's nothing really set for Tony. He's just got to chance his arm down the backhand.
Through the gap. Hope he gets something. Certainly worth arriving into things, but he's not going to draw the shot just the way it's sitting.
Anything through his own bowl. Bowl on jack, edge and get to the green.
Narrow line. A little bit extra weight. Needs to hold. Wrong one. This could be costly. Yeah, not enough weight really, more than anything else, Rob.
Yeah, just that fraction of pace again really, but
2 shots to Paul Foster.
Well, the scoreline's running away a little bit at 8-0, but it's been a better match than 8-0, and Paul Foster will be aware of that.
Jack length 25.5 metres.
yeah, Paul's certainly starting to find his range on these jacks now. Around about that 24.5 metre length, his standard length on this carpet.
Yes, it's, very few people can live with him at that distance. And people watching maybe think, oh, shorter jack length, surely that's easier. And believe me, it's not. This is a good one.
Great shot from Tony.
He'll wave to the crowd when he got a good ball in. He will interact with the
Changes
crowd if he can
past
get
jack
going.
high.
than the first match.
One red.
And we say that people sometimes are often described as being people with a half full or half empty glass. In Tony's case, I think it's 2/3 full all the time. He's sort of happy guy and seems to enjoy life.
Yeah, he certainly enjoys it on the green, but he's always determined and really, really focused on the green. The job in hand.
It's handy there. We'll see Paul Foster a little trail on this, just drawing to it. A chance of moving the jack back a foot or so.
He's certainly looking at it. A few runs and drops.
Ooh, I'll tell you what, if that's one red, walk away.
One red.
Problem is, the scoreline of the set, don't think he can afford to.
Yeah, so 8-0, you're looking for the double, but it's going to be so hard to add another shot there without giving it away.
He's got to risk it. He needs 4 doubles.
Perfect draw is needed.
That's looking to get on his own bowl solid.
I think he was a bit frightened of it, to be honest with you. I
One
can't
shot
blame
to
him.
Tony Webb.
I can understand that. You know, you have to be in absolutely top form to make that work for you. But he's on the card. He's got a single, and we'll get a change of length again. So I imagine there'll be a big cheer for everyone watching at George and Dragon in Gravely. It's a bit early for the George and Dragon, I would have thought.
Yeah, I'd have thought so.
Jack length 27.
Not quite midday yet.
All be sitting there with their cups of coffee, watching this match.
Tony will just want to drag this set out as long as he can, really. Just give him some more time on the carpet. Going into the second set.
Paul Foster, one of the very few players, is leading off the backhand in this direction away from the commentary box with a large crowd on their right-hand side. Most players are playing the forehand. And that's fine, that opens up the door in the forehand for him, his next bowl. It's popped into a good position.
One
Kirsten
green.
Rednall, relaxing, watching the match.
Paul will be looking to add a second here. Closing the set out if you can with his last. Just covering. Tony's got to be playing the 2 bowls now.
Yes, this has to be a runner all the way through.
A little bit surprised Paul went deep then, actually. So even if Tony had got the jack, he'd have had a good 3 yards to draw a second.
I think it's because he has the last ball, and he knows that no matter what happens here, he's going to have that ball to recover. Oh, Tony. Wow. I can see why you're playing this.
Anything over on that hand
Yeah.
just stays. Well,
We didn't see that, Rob, did we? I don't think Tony worked that one out. He'll take it.
1 red.
So he should.
One shot to Tony Webb.
Well, there's always a chance of coming off a bowl, but that one didn't look to be viable. However, Tony will take it. Wasn't far away from the bowl that he played. Actually, he was very close to being on target.
yeah, so he's dragging this set out a little bit more. So the more shots he scores in this set, the more confidence he'll have going through into the second. Just wants to finish the set well, go in with a bit of momentum.
28 metres.
Just hadn't met Tony before, and I just like the way he gets on with the business. Good hard competitor on the rink, but seems to enjoy it. Good sportsman.
He didn't look it, but there's probably a few nerves out there today. I mean, first TV game on the ball rink, playing world #1 Paul Foster. It's never easy. Been there and got the T-shirt myself.
Yes, it can be intimidating, no doubt about that. Bit of work to do with this one to get it back. Keep running. Yep, that'll do. Oh, it's large crowds here at Potter's Leisure. Well, not too far away with this, but he's got the gap. I think he realised he was a little bit over the weight.
1 red. The ball is 7 inches past jack height.
Two shots here for Tony Webb. Extend this set down to the last end, which is really what he wants to do.
He's decent again.
Yep, waving this one in.
Oh, Paul's left that one short. Chance here for Tony. Puts another one in here. Gets a 3. Bit of pressure on Paul with his last bowl. A big chance here for Tony. He's on a great line. Just needs to run now, Tony. Just needs to run. He's in for the third. Wow. First bit of pressure for Paul coming up.
Absolutely.
3 red.
3 shots would give him an outside chance, I think. It's fair to say. You certainly expect Paul to get closer with this last ball.
Yeah, knowing Paul, he'll probably just draw the win.
Well, he's watching this one. So he should.
There we go.
It's, you know, so typical of Paul Foster.
One shot in the first set to Paul Foster.
He's not going to play 4 poor balls in one end.
That's why he won 4 world single titles and world #1. Because when you need it, you can just pull one out of the bag just like that.
Lose the score line, but it was a better match than that.
Tony finished the set real well there, so he'll be
Jack
going
length,
into this
27
with
metres.
full of confidence.
Well, lots of tweets coming in for Robert. BBC, hashtag BBC Bowls is readily available to you. Well, Liam Smith's asking, does Robert have a lucky charm or a pre-match routine?
Nothing on the lucky charm wise or anything like that. Pre-match routines, just look to keep yourself calm, a little bit of time on your own really. Just focus on the job in hand. Yeah.
Kevin Kent asking about the professionalism of the sport, whether it's semi-professional. I think it's fair to say that the vast majority of players
1 red.
have got jobs. Some of them related to bowls, and that allows them the time off to play in the major events, especially if they work for some of the manufacturers. Otherwise, some people take time off with a reduced contract in their work or part-time. Either way, Rob, it isn't easy.
It's not easy, no. I'm very fortunate, so I work in the bowls industry myself, so it is okay for myself for time off. I don't get paid whilst I'm here through my employer, but you get time off as and when you need it, which is handy. But for some players it is extremely hard
1 red.
with the amount of competitions these days.
Ross Forbes asking, who would be your perfect partner in the pairs if you had a choice from everyone?
Perfect pairs partner, I suppose it'd have to be the legend, wouldn't it? Mr. Bryant himself, I mean, fantastic player. The legend of the game, biggest name ever.
I think everybody, we would all like that. To be honest with you, I'd love to play lead for David Bryant when he was in his prime.
I was thinking I wouldn't mind skipping him in a 2-bowl pairs because you wouldn't have much to do.
Well, exactly. That's the other alternative. Grant Campbell asking about advice for a young player to coming into the game. What would it be?
Biggest part of advice from myself is save time and effort on the green, practice and playing as many competitions as you can. Play against higher standard players year in, year out. It will improve your game. You keep playing the same standard, you'll never improve. So enter competitions as much as you can, whether it's singles, pairs, triples, whatever. Then what you learn from those games will improve your game.
Very good from Paul Foster. He's tightened this end right up from the previous one. Good close balls from both players. Well, keep the tweets coming. Hashtag BBC Bowls. There's some very interesting questions coming through. Let's see if we get one from the Georgian Dragon in Gravely.
Tony here. And drop Paul's bowl down or get onto it clean. And he's in the picture.
Oh,
It's a great effort. Oh, it's a great shot.
That's the idea. Yep. Acknowledges the crowd. Played a beauty.
1 red.
Tony's a real confidence player. Once you get on a high, playing well, you get the crowd support behind you. It boosts you so much on this carpet and puts your opponent under enormous pressure.
I'd like to see that interaction with the crowd too. I think we need more of that. You know, it's get the crowd going a bit. They're acknowledging the good ball. It's good to acknowledge them. Paul just trying to hold on. Need another foot or so of weight.
One shot to Tony Webb.
The crowd have been really good this year. I mean, the two pairs finals, loud for both teams, both sets of pairs, and say both games actually, when both skips walked down to play the last bowls, full round of applause from everyone, which was real nice.
Jack length 27.5 metres.
That was a nice shot from the maestro, wasn't it? Yeah, I never like to tell him when he's doing a good job, but it's bloody annoying when he doesn't.
Tony's opening up with a good bowl here. He's certainly finding his confidence now.
Sorry. 15 inches.
Oh, he's playing very consistent, Tony Webb. He's had a few chances in the first set, Rob, where it was mainly down to choice of shot more than anything else. And, you know, it was one of those things where he just hadn't adapted to the portable rink shot more than anything else. But goodness me, he's good stuff.
Yeah, he's just building heads. It's what you've got to do. You can't go out and try and beat these guys in 7 ends. You've got to go out, keep with them, build heads, and just put them under pressure. You've got to respect them.
Well, that's the mistake. That's the one where Paul Foster will take advantage, I'm sure.
And he has.
Well, you know, the third ball really needed to be in. Just giving someone like Paul Foster too many opportunities. You have to have the game of your life out there to put this man away. Still, good solid draw here by Tony.
It's all on running now. Just not quite arriving again.
It wasn't far away. A little tap on that ball though. I just wonder, is it still just a single?
Just wondering, Paul's just looking to see if he's got 2 or 3 thirds up. A couple of thirds if he has. It's worth just arriving to Tony's back bowl.
Timeout called.
Yeah, I think that's what he was looking at, but
Paul has 4 timeouts remaining.
just waiting for Brian Daly to inform us if it's 1 or more, but it must be very close.
Yeah, Paul's playing up for the bowl, I think. Just looking to turn the bowl out with a fraction of pace.
Ah,
Oh,
yeah, he's got another. Making sure, and again, another little tap on that green ball.
2 shots to Paul Foster.
So Paul takes a double, takes the lead, 2-1.
Jack length 24.5 metres.
Well, that's very rare. You see Paul drop one down short on a 24.5.
decent up there from Tony.
Well, we've had a tweet in from Josh Morris about running off the mat. He was always told not to, and yet Paul Foster does it with almost every ball. Absolutely right. The first point of contact is not to run off the mat, but Paul Foster brought up in some of the heavy greens up north, and the same back with us as well. And a lot of the players in Scotland run off the mat. Don't worry about it. It's where the ball ends up. That's the important bit.
Yeah, so with Paul, it's almost slightly different. It's not so much he's running off to follow a bowl up the green. It's almost the bowl's gone, then he's taken a step forward through after delivery. It's when you start to come off the mat pretty much before you delivered the bowl, that's when you've got issues, and if you do that, generally you're dropping a yard, 2 yards short.
And you're probably foot faulting as well, but most players stay locked until the ball's away. Paul's got the big step forward.
Yeah, it's amazing with Paul's delivery, the fact how big the step forward is in the follow through, that he plays so well on the quick greens, not just here but when he's abroad in Australia and he's played. And delivery is so suited to heavier greens.
Well, from touch of the ball can be winged off, but you're almost inclined to think Paul's safest shot here might be just to go a little bit on the deeper side, but he's just drawing to it, hoping to get another ball in. Doesn't want to leave the target either.
Huge chance here for Tony. Edge of the bowl, get the bowl out the rink, jack in the ditch.
1 green.
I would drive that.
Oh, definitely.
Drive it right through.
Could 3, possibly even 4 if his runner stays on.
Gets to the edge of the ball, jack goes back, touching ball goes off the rink, he follows through. It's very controlled weight, but he's on target. Jack is running through, got it. It was only the controlled weight really that stopped him scoring more.
2 shots to Tony Webb.
Takes it 2 though.
So brave wait for the shot, but got it absolutely perfect. So Tony takes a 3-2 lead after 3 ends in the second set, and he's right in this now. Confidence is building, you can see that through his body language on the green.
Yes, an acknowledgement to the crowd as well every time he plays a good ball. it's his natural game to do that, but I think it's actually quite useful because you know, it builds up the adrenaline, gets the crowd going. Oh, he didn't keep the weight. There's really no adjustment needed on that bowl. Just play the same bowl again. He would have rested the green
18
one.
inches.
Little kick of the foot from Paul there. I think he's just up to this.
He can afford to be if he reaches the red bowl, though.
And drops in for two.
There's just too much room at the moment on the sand.
2 green.
Now, Tony's adapted well to the shot clock as well. That's first time he would have played under those sort of conditions. Rattling down, 4 seconds. Well judged.
He's certainly on the tighter line than his last.
Well, he likes this, stalking after it.
Just needs to hang a touch, I think.
Steady, steady. Well, if it's not the shot, it's a very good second.
One green.
A similar bowl to Paul's last to try and get to his own and drop back and be the safer way. One shot to Paul Foster.
One shot to Paul Foster.
Levels the score 3-all after 4. Tight little set, this one.
Jack length 24.5 metres.
Oh, Alex Marshall and his wife Diane there. He's just watching, was his best mate Paul playing this morning. He's got his second round match this afternoon after the ladies match play final. It should be a fantastic game.
That's going to be an interesting one. Van Twist from Australia.
1 foot.
Benny played fantastic in his first round game. Played really well. Great opener from Tony there.
you don't take liberties with experienced qualifiers. Paul Foster would have been going into this match knowing that Tony was a good player with plenty of experience. We only hope to put them in a difficult position and start playing little runners, because those are the hard shots.
Oh, if he runs a touch now.
Gap's 1 inch.
Chance for Tony. Very small adjustment on his last bowl, getting back to pulls and dropping in. Where you get back, Tony?
Well, it's not a bad ball if he'd have made the trip down to the bottom green one, but pushed that out too wide. He was really looking for the green ball. It's about a foot behind the jack. Paul Foster looking at this on the forehand now for a little tap.
1 red.
Also looking at the weight shot. Take everything away.
Just whether the angle's correct for green bowl to get both reds without any jack movement.
Close to this. Very, very close for the ball solid. Well, he got the ball solid and it's dropped away. Just wait for confirmation from marker Brian Daly.
It's close for shot, yes.
Wow. Oh, there's very little in that. Rings are absolutely centered.
It's a great effort from Tony. Just needs to run.
Even if it drops, I hear the crowd saying drop. Even if it drops, it's not going to make any difference. We're measuring this one by the looks of it, but
Surprised he changed his hand, to be honest.
yes, because he had his own on the way in. Any tap on the ball, it would have managed to slide across.
Yeah.
Family support there for Tony Webb.
Measuring for shot.
So Alan. Calipers coming out, large calipers, very accurate. Anything really up to about 6-8 inches worth using those before the box measure comes out. That was quick.
1 shot to Paul Foster.
Well, he made it with the last ball, Paul Foster, but that was a very quick measure, which gave me the impression that there was a good margin in it.
Also sent that jack a little bit further than he wanted to.
Jack length,
Probably a
26
couple, 2 or
metres.
3 metres too far. A couple of big ends coming up for Tony now. Get a couple of singles.
Paul Foster's having to work very hard out there.
Yeah, he's done a come off after the second set knowing he's been in the game out there.
This is good.
Last ball.
Yeah, it's a tough game this for Paul really, because he'll know
Exactly,
Tony,
exactly,
and
yes.
that Tony's done reasonably well at England internationals and national finals and things like that, but he doesn't know his game, so you're not quite sure how he's done a play, and it's never easy playing.
A ledge, oh, got it solid, tucked it right in. I think Tony generally is a touch bowler. He's a drawer most of the time and doesn't appear to like to hit things too much or too heavy.
He's going to have to this time.
Tony coming down to look at that. He's not going to
Timeout
like
ball.
it very much.
No, so Paul's front bowl there.
Well, he nearly needs to get this. If he gets it half bowl, this Jack could squeeze actually down the rink.
Only has 4
The only
timeouts.
danger he has that if he gets it full bowl, the Jack could easily squeeze up the rink.
Yeah, any contact's going to be certainly better. Oh, he's down the back.
Oh goodness me!
He's not drawing this surely.
Oh, can't be.
Oh, he's playing hard weight. Just trying to draw that. Not easy at all.
Oh, that really was something that I can't imagine any of the top players even attempting that.
No.
Robert, you know, it's
Even if he moved Paul's front green,
exactly.
he'd give him a chance with the last, but Paul just covering, doesn't want to go anywhere near that. Top side of the Tony's 2 reds, absolutely perfect.
Yep, he's there.
And
Well, I don't know if it's going to drop in for another one. I don't think so. Tony really should be playing this
2 green.
through in the forehand for damage limitation, even if he takes one away.
no, he's sticking on the backhand draw.
Wow.
Shot of the tournament coming up if he gets it. Just made sure he's up, so it just won't get down.
Such a low percentage shot, it really was.
2 shots to Paul Foster.
Here it's about the choice of shot, Robert, more than anything else, or the choice of weight
Yeah.
for the shot. But again, that's an experience thing on the portable rink. It takes time to come to terms with those sort of things. Still, nice little double for Paul Foster. He's got a bit of air now.
4.5 meters.
3 shots going into the important 7th end.
Yeah, Tony's realistically has got to win all the ends now to give him a chance for the set. Paul with 2 great openers here. You can feel there's a chance here to break away and finish the match off. And you give Foster a chance of that, then 9 times out of 10 he'll take it.
This looks better.
One green.
I'll change now and to get to the red ball.
4 inches past jack high.
Yep, that's the target ball.
Just left that one a touch. He should be turning over now.
Yep, should be on the backhand to squeeze the jack across. There it goes. Using the mat well on the outside edge to try and get the extra bend. You have to push it out though.
If you look for that inside line, it will disappear. Is he running?
The weight's not bad. That was a good effort. That was a real good effort. Lovely weight to squeeze the jack across. I was saying to Tony, like, he's enjoying this, isn't he? He's,
How can he not, in a way?
you know, it's he's been on the wrong side of the score line, but he's enjoying the experience, and that's great because it'll encourage him to come back again.
I mean, he's played some decent bowls in this second set. Tail end of the first set, second set, he's played some decent bowls. Once again, Paul Foster.
Oh, he's right in on it. Making it hard on the backhand too.
2 green.
2 green, 8-3, going into the last 2 ends. That would be almost enough to seal it.
Going back to Tony, how can you not enjoy it here? First time playing one of the best players, if not the best player in the world, in front of full packed house here at Potters.
Oh, he's got a better line this time. Got a chance with this one. Big chance. No, you want to get the ball solid. Got it. Oh, he's dropped away. I think it's second shot. Paul, take the one out and have a look.
Umpire.
Yep, Brian Daly sends an umpire job. Inclined to believe Brian in that situation, so 1 green is out. So this is the measure for the second.
One shot to Paul Foster.
Good ball by Tony. Took one off. Could easily have managed to get the shot out of that. Would have been very valuable. But 4 down, 2 ends to go. He has to win this end. Realistically, probably a 2 or 3. And
Yeah, definitely. Paul's just upped it a little bit. Run of 2 singles, a double and another single. It's just put Paul back into command of this match.
Jack
And that's just the experience and the quality of the player doing that as well.
this has been a very quick game. Those guys have been out there about 40 minutes, and 40 minutes for 15 ends of singles. Sorry, an hour and 10 minutes. Apologies, I was wondering there. I thought, my goodness me, that was far too quick. Couldn't possibly have done that. But even an hour and 10 minutes is still a very fast game.
Yeah, both players are pretty quick. I think there's only been a couple of timeouts used as well.
I'm reliably informed by the speaking clock that it is an hour and 9 minutes.
That's a great shot from Tony.
Well, he wants it to keep going, doesn't he?
1 red.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy to score any multiple here, to be honest though. And realistic chance, he almost needs the 3 this end. Chasing the 3 on the last end of the match. It won't be easy.
Well, of course,
Timeout called.
Tony has to win
Ball
the
has
set,
3
so
timeouts remaining.
he'll need a 4. But Paul Foster, I think Paul Foster's thinking to himself, is it really worth doing much with this?
I'll just be looking to pack the head.
Just draw it in and make sure Tony can't score anymore. Go into the last end, the situation where Tony has to score 4 shots.
Yeah, if you can get another second, just the other side of Tony's red bolt.
That's exactly what Paul Foster's trying to do. Dropping a bit short, but I have to say, Tony Webb, the 50-year-old from Stevenage, the print company owner, has given Paul Foster a real good match here.
He's playing an attacking bowl, which is good to see here from Tony.
Yep, got a chance with this.
Needs to run.
Off
Bowl
the
first.
edge.
Perfect. Real good. Great shot from Tony.
Well, he just got a little bit of luck off the front one, but he was in the area. And he gets full credit for that.
2 red.
Oh, he's lying a double.
Yeah, it's just straightened him up onto the green ball.
Timeout called.
Paul Foster, timeout.
Ball has 2 timeouts remaining.
He's looking at this to say, well, if I push the ball onto the jack, I could move it. But if I draw it, no, he has got the shot to play to that, and that's what he's looking at, Rob, but there's also the option just to draw into the red ball, drop it in there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a foot gap just over between Jack and Tony's second bowl just through. If he gets inside that,
Yeah, if he extends the jack through there, then it's all over, but
well, it depends.
that's a hard shot.
I don't like that, because if he plays that and splits the 2 reds open, it leaves his bowl doesn't follow through. Yeah. It leaves Paul with 1 bowl past the jack for a shot for 3 or 4. But he's playing it.
Yep, he is indeed. It looks a little bit on the wide side to me.
1 away.
Yep. Well, 2 seconds now. 1 shot.
1 red.
Forcing Tony Webb into a situation of having to draw it, but damage limitation for Paul Foster. I think that's why he played that shot, really, because he had 2 options.
Big bowl for Tony now. As he pushed it.
I tell you what, he's trying very hard. Very
Needs
hard
to run
indeed.
a touch.
Oh, didn't make it, and that's going to be a big, big difference going into the last end.
1 shot to Tony Webb.
Always a chance of picking up a 3. But it's going to be really difficult to get a 4 to win this set. Be a longer jack length.
Jack length 25.5 metres.
Well, it's a complete change from Tony here. Good shout, I think. Mad up the green.
Needs a really good first ball. Well, it's not a long way away, but anything behind the jack would have been better.
Yeah, at this stage, you almost got to be, everything's got to be up. Give yourself a chance.
Yeah, it's fuzzy all over it.
He's just got to push up to this now. He's played one here. Great ball.
Yes, he would give quite a lot for that to be in the first ball.
No, it's a quarter of an inch.
Paul will start to pack his head now. Split the balls that he's playing so that there's no groups to be taken away.
I think it's almost impossible for Tony here. Seeing his shot bowls pretty much touching to try and bring that front one in a yard short.
Yeah, it's will be a just trying to make the score look a bit better. That's all, and Paul Foster will not worry about it. He will just continue to draw.
Probably turn over.
Close the head down completely. There's just nothing here for Tony. He's
This will be Paul's last bowl of the match.
well, it's been a good test for the world number one. He's played it very well, I have to say. He's done what he always does.
Yeah, to dig deep a little bit in that second set, and he did, and say that run of 4 ends.
Yeah, nothing foolish from Tony. He's just trying to drop another one in. That's all. He's not far away. Got the split on the other side. He'll shake hands.
Tony Webb, second set in the match to Paul Foster.
Well, I have to say, Tony Webb contributed greatly to this match. He's a fine competitor, but it's the overall experience of Paul Foster and his high level of consistency that got him over the line. 9-2, 7-5, and the crowd are reacting to the two players. A very entertaining game, I have to say. And Paul Foster just having a chat with Tony on the way through, but he'll be very happy to make his way to the next round. Confirmation of the score. 9-2, 7-5 for Paul Foster, 2-0 in the second round of this World Professional Singles. Tony Webb early in the first set, in the fourth end going through the gap, which cost him 3 shots. But he got it back off the back ball and the drop in behind. Paul Foster, last ball of the first set, just securing the win. Tony proving that he was still about the place, converting to 2 up. Paul Foster, third ball in the second, pressure on, turns the ball into the head, grabs a double, extends his lead to 6-3. And Paul Foster's final ball of the game, in the head down completely on Tony Webb. He scores a single. And the score goes on to 7-5. The ends 1, well, it's going to show everything, isn't it? 11-6, shot scored 16-7. Comprehensive, but I think that flatters a little bit. Toucher 7-3. Paul Foster, usual jack length 24 metres, and I have to say he was very, very good in that match. Very consistent against a difficult opponent, and one that could have tested him.
Yeah, congratulations to Paul Foster. He is through to yet another quarter-final here of the Singles Championship at Potters. Paul, no awkward questions this time. Congratulations, well done. Tough opponent in many respects because you're expected to beat him. How well do you feel you played today?
Probably not as top of my game, to be honest. But there was a bit of pressure onto me because everybody expected me to win against a qualifier, which is it's not really fair and it's a bit disrespectful to your opponent. He's already knocked out a seed in the first round, so I had to treat the game as I treat every other game, as if it's a final. And obviously there are a lot of good ends and a lot of slack ends, but in practice I was absolutely banging them in. And then when the game started, the pace dropped. It normally goes the other way, so it caught me out a few times. But at the end of the day, you do enough to win the match.
You said to me earlier in the week you're playing pretty well. You did on Monday and Tuesday. How difficult is it in a tournament scenario to keep playing well every time you turn out here? Do you have to find a way sometimes to win when perhaps you can't play that well?
You do. Obviously, I say this every year. And at the end of the day, we're only human beings. We can't keep playing like robots. I've been delighted that we've been playing so far. But as I say, you just can't play that every single game you go into a green or there's something wrong. But at the end of the day, as I say, you do enough to get through. I know there's room for improvement, but there's a class field still left in the tournament, so I know I've got to up my game, and I'm sure I will.
And in a sense, sometimes it's a relief to play a below par game by your standards and still get through, because you know that there's going to be one like that and you want to get it out of the way earlier in the tournament.
Yeah, exactly. But every player's been involved and they've probably played a brilliant match and lost. So it's good to do enough to get through. As I know you don't want to play brilliant and then all of a sudden there's only one way to go is back down the way. But at the end of the day, I know within myself what I've got to do. I've done enough to get through today, so that's a pleasing fact.
Well, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Foster through to the quarterfinals, and of course he'll be playing either Mervyn King or Andy Thompson, and we'll take a look at the draw for the quarterfinals as how things stand at the moment. We've seen quite a few people go through. Paul Foster joining the likes of Darren Burnett and Greg Harlow already through to the quarterfinals. Later this afternoon, Alex Marshall plays Ben Twist. Nicky Brett is through, and he'll play the winner of that match between Marshall and Twist. Robert Paxton is up against David Goulet, and either Mervyn King or Andy Thompson will be waiting for Paul Foster in the final four. I mentioned Alex Marshall and Ben Twist, just one of the matches we've got for you this afternoon when we're back on BBC One, as well as the final of the ladies' singles. The defending champion, Catherine Rednall, is taking on